Hi everyone. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about some PowerPoints and if you are presenting to students and what some PowerPoints should look like. So this is just an example. I had a friend of mine who's working out in the community who sent me a PowerPoint about a resource mobilization team. So this is basically a team of social workers working with an EMS department. So she sent me this, and some things immediately kind of stood out to me that I want to show you as some examples. So this was the first thing that I saw. And so anytime that you are presenting to students, to the community, first of all, you want very little in the way of content on the slides. So we definitely don't want full sentences. I usually try and have at least a size 18 font as much as possible, because especially if you're in a classroom setting and students sitting in the back, it may be hard for them to see it. So at least a size 18 font on a PowerPoint, if not more. And definitely break these sentences up, maybe just do some keywords, and you as the presenter will kind of expand upon some of the information when you're presenting. Same with this. Again, it's a lot of content in very small font, size 12 font. So again, if you're reading this, that might be one thing, but if you're presenting it to some people in a crowded room, or in a room that maybe there's some people sitting towards the back, it would definitely be hard for people to see this. So again, kind of all of this stuff. This looks very kind of convoluted. I love what she was trying to do with this, but it looked really complicated. So I asked her very nicely if I could update some of it. So here are some of the updates that I did to it. So let me share a new screen with you. No, this one. I don't know where it is. Okay. Okay, so let me find it real quick. That I had it pulled up. So this is definitely something that you can use like starting now. You can start presenting with this way, with this kind of format, and making sure that you are trying to be as clear as possible. Okay, so here is the new PowerPoint. Okay, so I didn't do much of anything to the first page. So this is what I kind of broke it down with. I have two different pages that have goals. So you have a very short, brief kind of thing, and then you maybe in a different color, different font, something like that, have some more information below it to kind of prompt you to use those as some examples. Here is another goals. Like I continued it onto two different slides rather than having every single thing on one slide. So again, this still kind of looks like a lot to me. I tried to cut sentences as much as possible. If it was me creating this PowerPoint, I would probably break this up into two slides and have role in the community on two different slides, but I didn't want to change her PowerPoint too much. Same with this one. I cut sentences. This was a full sentence, so I just cut it into kind of a bullet point. Roll with patience. So this one, I broke it up into two different slides, and I made sure to put some spacing. So that's another really important thing, to make sure that you're using your spacing correctly. You don't want a ton of white space or a ton of background, but you also want to make sure that you have the content spread out enough that's easier for the eyes. Um, Again, not all of these I could get to be, the size that I wanted them to be. I didn't want to change her PowerPoint up too much. So I just tried to do a little bit more spacing in there so it's a little easier on the eyes. This I kind of spread out a little bit further, and tried to make the font a little bit bigger as much as I could. Again, that's definitely something that you will want to keep in mind as you're creating PowerPoints to work with students. So as you're getting ready to do your teaching experience, definitely keep some of these things in mind in terms of the font size, font consistency. There's a lot of stuff on the internet that you can read that talks about the different fonts to use when you're presenting. So keep that in mind. I hope that this has been helpful. And please let me know if you have any questions at all. Thank you so much.